Hi guys, welcome to the State of the Gym Address, Sunday, January 12th, 2014. We want to send a happy birthday announcement out to Allison Emmerling. It will be her birthday on Wednesday. Please wish her a happy birthday if you get a chance. Guys, the gym is obviously back open. Thank you so much for your patience last week while with the frigid temperatures and with the frozen pipes. We couldn't get any running water. And I hope that everybody last week was able to get the emails that I sent out. We put out mass emails. We put out Facebook page and web page at 810CrossFit.com. Now guys, if you did not get any of the emails, then please email me now at joe@810CrossFit.com, because that means that we obviously have collected the wrong email information for you. We have email information on everybody, but if you didn't get it, we probably have the wrong email. So please email me now at joe@810CrossFit.com if you did not get emails last week telling you that the gym was going to be closed. Guys, so last week we talked about the Open. We are now 6 weeks away from the start of the Open. I'm not going to quite put pressuring on you yet about making sure you sign up for it. Just know that you're probably going to get pressured to be in the Open. Last week we went over double under technique, and this week I want to go over two movements with you, the thruster and the toes to bar. Now, here's your tips for the thruster, okay? In the thruster, make sure that you use your rack position. When I get my elbows high, I create a rack right here so I hold the bar on the rack. Don't hold the thruster with these weak, delicate structures of your wrist. Watch the difference. Right now, my elbows are up. The bar is sitting on my shoulders. If my elbows are down, I'm holding the bar in front of me on the weak, delicate structures of my wrist. So when I do my thruster, I'm going to keep the bar in the rack position and stand up with the bar on my shoulders, not standing with the bar on my wrist, okay? That's the first part of the thruster you should be aware of. The next part I want you to be aware of is the timing of your press. Obviously, the thruster has an overhead position, but when do you start to press with your hands? Start to press with your hands as soon as the bar heaves off of that rack that you created after you stand up fast out of your front squat. So what that'll look like is, I stand up with speed and the bar heaves off my rack. Heaves off my rack. At that point, that is when I engage the press. So the timing of the press is impeccable. Do not start your press here while you're on the way up. You want to heave, then press the bar. In order to make that rack position happen and move into my press, I need to have adjustments with my hands. So watch right now as I do 3 or 4 multiple thrusters in a row. Watch the adjustments of my hands. I go to a loose fingertip grip. I heave and move my wrist under the bar. Loose fingertip grip, heave, and then I move my wrist under the bar. So I have 2 different positions with my hands as I move through. The last thing I want you to be aware of is the descent on the retreat. As you bring the bar back down, let it touch your shoulders, then retreat down. Don't start to retreat early, and then the bar just crashes you into the ground. Make sure that you let the bar touch, retreat. Touch, retreat. There is 4 tips for you for the thruster that you should be focused on for the Open. Guys, I've been fortunate enough this week to work with 4-time games competitor, CrossFit Games competitor, Lindsay Smith, and she now is going to join us with a tip from Lindsay about the thruster when she's in competition. So here's Lindsay.
Hey, 810 CrossFit. I just want to give you a couple tips with the thruster. For me, when I'm working on the thruster, one thing that's really helpful is I get really tired. I was just really thinking of accelerating through the middle and letting my legs do the work. Some specific things that I also like to think about on the descent is just really standing my heels and driving my knees out. Thinking about those things just distracts me a little bit from thinking about the suck factor. So that works really well for me, and hopefully it does for you too.
Alright guys, I hope you think that was pretty cool that Lindsay Smith was able to give you guys all a tip. I do want to go over the toes to bar with you, but I real quick want to have a commercial timeout for a word from our sponsor.
Hi everybody, my name is Tracy Schmalley. I am a cosmetologist here at Warwick Barbershop. We do men's haircuts as well as women's. You can contact me through the phone number at the bottom of this video, or you can go on our website at www.warwickbarbershop.com. Come on by and see me.
All right, guys, now to the toes to bar. I've got a couple tips I want you to think about for the toes to bar. First of all, power at your shoulders with the toes to bar by pressing down on the bar rather than bringing your feet and powering with your feet. So notice the difference. I press down on the bar, I press down and I power with my shoulders. Rather than raising my feet up, I'm not going to raise my feet up. I'm going to press down with my shoulders. Now, when I press down with my shoulders, in addition to that, that obviously closes my hip. So I press down with my shoulders, I start to close my hip, and instead of closing my hip all the way till my toes touch the bar, I quickly extend my knee to get a quick soccer kick in. And watch what that looks like. I press down with my shoulders, my hip closes, and now a quick soccer kick to make the rest of the movement happen. Next thing, to save the belly juice, to save some energy here, don't control the eccentric portion, let your feet drop. And think about not letting them come out on a big angle, but just put them straight down to be able to string multiple ones together. Don't control down. What I want you to do is I want you to put them down. Put them down. Put them down. To make the toes to bar happen. Two other things. If you get tired in your toes to bar, sometimes it will help you to look up at the ceiling. That'll help you rotate at your shoulders a little bit more. So notice what that looks like. I look up at the ceiling, and that helps me push down a little bit more when I'm tired. The last tip for when you're tired is to switch to singles. Now guys, if you switch to single toes to bar in the open, I encourage you, don't take a long rest. It's not going to be a good strategy if you do singles because you're tired and you're taking a long rest. So watch the cadence for singles. Touch, turn, touch, turn, touch, turn. You don't want to do it like this. I'm just going to take way too much time if I do that. In addition to Lindsey Smith, we also have Jason McDonald, former UFC fighter and CrossFit Regional Games competitor. He has a couple tips he wants to share with us about the toes to bar. All right, man, you're on.
Hey, 810 CrossFit. I'm Jason McDonald, and I'm here to give you guys a couple of hints on what I think about and what I do when I'm doing a toes to bar and start to get tired. As I'm swinging through on the toes to bar, in my head I start to think about breaking the plane of the bar or the rack at the bottom. And what that does is it gives me the momentum to get back into that loaded position so I can swing my knees and feet back up for the next rep. So as I get tired, I start to short the movement a little bit. So I really think about just breaking the plane of the bar and getting all the way back so I can get that momentum I need. Use it. It works.
All right, guys, that is the State of the Gym address. Thanks a ton for tuning in. We will see you next week in the gym. Let's have a great week, everyone.